The story starts in the basement of a hot goth babe, where a handsome man is tied to the bed and begs the goth mommy to spare him some life essence. But Chujioran is in her heat phase and wants the handsome man to satisfy her with his muscular body all night. The poor muscular man is Xiaomu, who was isekai'd into this world a year ago. He was fortunate enough to be reborn into the body of a noble and was even betrothed to the dynasty's princess. However, just when bro was about to tap the finest chick in all of the kingdom, he was kidnapped and taken away by a gang from the infamous Yuan demon sect. But this was just the start of his miserable life, as unlike other slaves, he had a once-in-a-thousand pure yang constitution. This constitution is coveted by all the baddies in the demon sect who want to cultivate the 9-yin mystic art, so the bro had no choice but to plow fields every day without rest. As a slave, Xiaomu has no rights, so even if he dies in the act, no one would bring justice to him. After days and nights of continuous exploitation, Xiaomu is close to dying as he has nearly run out of vital essence, but Chujioran doesn't want him to die this soon, so she brings out a special medicine that will help Xiaomu push for a few more rounds before he is finally drained. On the verge of death, Xiaomu unlocks a return system that gives him 10,000-fold the return of anything that he gives to other people. With such a cheat on his hands, Xiaomu becomes fearless and challenges Chujioran to a battle on the bed that won't be finished unless one of them is completely dried out. The result of the battle leaves Xiaomu completely drained, making him look like those alien figurines found in Mexico. But his endless plowing made Chujioran extremely pleased, as she promised to have another plowing session with him if he could somehow recover from this vitality loss. Xiaomu is too drained to even curse the woman, so he just lies down waiting for the system rewards to come in. And boy do they come. The system rewards don't disappoint him, and he gains back 10,000-fold the vitality and energy that he spent last night. The return is so massive that Xiaomu's pure yang constitution evolves into the red yang sacred body, making his little brother even stronger and harder than before. But the rewards don't just end here, as he also gains 10,000-fold the spiritual energy, which pushes his cultivation all the way to the 10th layer of the qi refining, making him almost reach the foundation establishment in one go. Xiaomu is amazed by the strength of his new physique and his cultivation, but he doesn't let this success get to his head, as he knows that there are many old monsters in the Yuan demon sect, and if they found out about his sudden improvement, his fate might become even worse than that of the dual cultivation furnaces. So keeping his head cool, Xiaomu decides to play the long game and safely accumulate strength slowly, till he can become strong enough to take the strings of his fate in his own hands. However, to become stronger, Xiaomu desperately needs spirit stones as they are the basic currency of this cultivation world. But even after saving for a whole year, Xiaomu only has 200 spirit stones left, and this is because the demonic baddie Chujioran never gave him any time to use them for cultivation. However, now that Xiaomu has the return system, he can just give the spirit stones to anyone, and in return he will be easily able to gain 10,000-fold in return. He tries this experiment with Wang Chan, who is an outer sect disciple who helped him quite a lot when he was newly brought back to the sect as a slave. He throws the bag of spirit stones to Wang Chan from the shadows, who takes it as a gift from the gods for his good deeds to other people. After this handsome donation, Xiaomu gains 100,000 spirit stones in return, which is just a moderate 500-fold return. This makes Xiaomu understand that the system isn't always consistent with the return, so he tries his luck once again with the aim of making 1,000,000 spirit stones this time. But unfortunately, his donation fails this time, and the system doesn't give him anything in return. Xiaomu is disappointed to learn that he can't just exploit the system continuously. Just as Xiaomu is contemplating his future use of the system, he is approached by another hot baddie, Lu Qi, who is surprised to see him still alive and kicking. Xiaomu remembers Lu Qi, who was the first woman in the sect to approach him. She was also very kind to him and helped him a lot during his early days. However, when Chujioran discovered that he had a pure yang constitution, she forbade Lu Qi from even coming close to him. But after all this time, Lu Qi's patience has run thin, and she can't control herself anymore. She is also a practitioner of the sect's 9-yin mystic art, so she needs a strong man with yang energy to help her push her into breaking through the golden core realm. She immediately grabs Xiaomu's arm and calls upon her flying sword to take them to her personal residence. Poor Xiaomu has not even reached the foundation establishment yet, so he is scared witless and grabs Lu Qi by her waist. Unlike Chujioran, who is a demonic vixen, Lu Qi is a pure woman who has never been touched by another man like in her life before. So when Xiaomu grabs her out of nowhere, her body also starts reacting to him in unexpected ways. This assures Lu Qi that Xiaomu must be eating well at Chujioran's place, as in no place does he look like a man who is a dual cultivation slave. This also makes her feel jealous, as she was the one who initially discovered Xiaomu, yet Chujioran took all the benefits in the end. So she tells Xiaomu that demonic vixens like Chujioran are just trying to fatten him up for a feast, so rather than doing dual cultivation with her, he should help her break through, and after she reaches the golden core realm, she will let him follow her instead. Xiaomu understands that this senior sister must have feelings for him, so he decides to stick to her closely, as anything is better than that demonic baddie, Chujioran. Soon they both arrive at Lu Qi's residence, where she asks Zhao Mu to get ready for plowing, while she takes a bath to clean herself. But Zhao Mu can't wait for that long, as he deeply craves both her pure body and the thousandfold rewards from his system. So without wasting time, he jumps into the bath with her and starts performing his magic tricks. After a long children-making session, Zhao Mu feels quite refreshed, while Lu Qi is too embarrassed to even look him in the eyes. This makes Zhao Mu chuckle, as he can't believe that a demonic practitioner of the Nine Yin mystic art was still pure and innocent all this time. Lu Qi asks him not to bully her anymore and tells him that this might be the last time she can ever enjoy this, as she will be getting married to Long Tianshang next month. Zhao Mu becomes terrified after hearing this name, as Long Tianshang is a demonic genius who reached the nascent soul realm in just 30 years. He can't even comprehend what Long Tianshang would do if he were to learn that he popped open his future wife. But Lu Qi assures him that Long Tianshang would never know, as he lost his little brother due to an accident a long time ago. She also tells him that she would never risk the life of someone to whom she gave her most precious thing. Seeing her act so cute like this makes Zhao Mu feel like a cat in heat, so he immediately resumes his plowing session, as he wants Lu Qi to break through the Golden Core realm as soon as possible. After a whole night of doing stuff that children shouldn't know, Zhao Mu finally gains the returns from the system. This time, the return is enough for him to break through the Foundation Establishment realm. On top of this, his red yang sacred body also becomes more intense, which makes his little bro even more resilient. This makes him want to continue the session, but Lu Qi is way too tired and just wants to sleep, so she just begs Zhao Mu to just take the vitality pills and go away. Zhao Mu takes the vitality pills, but instead of eating them himself, he feeds them to Lu Qi, so that the system will give him even more as a reward. Zhao Mu expected to gain a whole bag of pills, but instead the system condensed all the pills into a single 7th grade marrow cleansing pill, compared to the vitality pills that Lu Qi gave him, whose basic function is to replenish a cultivator's vitality. The marrow cleansing pill is akin to a divine pill that can change the root aptitude of a cultivator, turning them from a useless wastrel into a demonic genius. Even though Zhao Mu's talent is already pretty decent compared to common mortals, against demonic geniuses like Long Tianshang, it's like comparing a chicken to a phoenix. So if he wants to compete against such monsters, Zhao Mu has to take shortcuts like this. So, without thinking much further, Zhao Mu pops the marrow cleansing pill in his mouth and starts refining it to cleanse all the impurities in his body to improve his natural talent. The pill works miraculously, and Zhao Mu can already absorb the spiritual energy much faster. But all the impurities that his body discarded earlier cause his body to smell worse than public toilets, which causes even Lu Qi to wake up from her sleep, as she suggests that he go and take a shower. While Zhao Mu is taking a shower, Lu Qi walks in and is surprised to see Zhao Mu's transformation. Not only has his aura broken through Foundation Establishment, but his body also seems more chiseled now. This makes her suspicious that Zhao Mu ate some other pills besides the vitality pill, as no vitality pill can bring him this much benefit. Zhao Mu can't just tell her that he has a cheat system, so he shifts the topic to Lu Qi's cultivation, which still hasn't broken through the Golden Core realm yet. Before Lu Qi can even answer, Zhao Mu pins her against the wall and commences his next session. After thoroughly exhausting Lu Qi, Zhao Mu leaves her place happily, as the gains this time were huge. Now that he has broken through Foundation Establishment, Zhao Mu can also fly like Lu Qi, but he needs a flying sword for that. So to buy a flying sword, he arrives at the black market. There he spends 30,000 spirit stones to buy a grade 2 flying sword that's made of meteorite ore, giving it the power to absorb the starlight to enhance its attacks. Zhao Mu can't wait to give away the sword, as in return he will be able to get a much stronger one. But before he can do that, a rugged man appears out of nowhere and calls out Zhao Mu for being a scaredy cat who was too afraid to come out of his hole. Zhao Mu remembers Nu Tai, as he was also one of the suitors of that demonic vixen. However, Chu Jioran only liked pretty boys, so she rejected Nu Tai and chose him instead. That's why Nu Tai has always hated him for stealing away his crush, and always wanted to teach him a lesson. Now that he has finally gotten a chance, Nu Tai tries to grab the collar of Zhao Mu's shirt, but Zhao Mu grabs his hand and takes it away from his neck. This enrages Nu Tai, who activates his demonic bloodline and tries to squash Zhao Mu like an insect. However, Zhao Mu has long since broken through Foundation Establishment, so he just puts up a spiritual barrier that blocks Nu Tai's punch with ease. Nu Tai is enraged to see Zhao Mu block his punch this easily, so he becomes even crazier and starts to punch the barrier like a mad ox. Zhao Mu is getting bored, so he puts all of his strength into his fist and delivers a single punch to Nu Chai's face, which sends him flying through the air towards his lackeys. Nu Chai's lackeys look as if they had eaten a fly, as they scaredly warn Zhao Mu that Nu Chai's family won't forgive him if he doesn't kneel down to beg for mercy. Zhao Mu has seen this young master cliché way too many times already, so he just throws his flying sword towards them and tells them to take it as a payment for Nu Tai's medical bills. While everyone thinks that Zhao Mu is being too kind, only Zhao Mu knows that by giving away the sword, he can get a much stronger sword in return. Fortunately, the system doesn't disappoint him and gives him a grade 5 flying sword in return. Zhao Mu is about to leave when suddenly Nu Tai's lackeys ambush him from behind. But before they can even reach him, they get swatted away like flies by another baddie, who asks them how dare they have the nerve to attack other people first and then complain about being bullied. New Tai's lackeys are furious as they can't believe that a random woman on the street dared to push them away like this. However, when they learn that she is Mu Juling, they nearly piss their pants and beg her forgiveness by putting all the blame on their boss, New Tai. Mu Juling can't be bothered to chase after such weaklings. Instead, she turns to Zhao Mu and checks if he is injured or not. After making sure that Zhao Mu is fine, she reminds him not to roam around like this without protection, as who will marry her if something were to happen to him. Zhao Mu can only gulp down his saliva as he remembers how terrifying this little girl can be when she's angry. But he also doesn't dislike her as compared to other women in the sect who crave after his yang energy. Mu Juling is the only woman who cares only for his looks. Zhao Mu pinches her cheeks as he assures her that it's not that easy to kill him. But Mu Juling still pouts as she reminds him that she can't just let her future husband's face be ruined by scoundrels like New Tai. After they are done talking, Mu Juling grabs Zhao Mu into the air and starts flying towards her residence without even asking for his consent. Zhao Mu is shocked to see her fly without any assistance, which means her cultivation realm must be in the golden core stage. Soon, they both arrive at Mu Juling's place, and immediately Zhao Mu can tell the difference in the quality of the spiritual energy here when compared to the outer sect. This makes Zhao Mu suspect that Mu Juling might be a personal disciple, which is even higher than those inner disciples in the sect. Inside the house, Mu Juling jumps on her bed and invites Zhao Mu to come in. Zhao Mu reminds her that if she keeps on seducing him like this, he might not be able to keep his manners. Mu Juling teases him by calling him a playboy and tells him that she didn't bring him here to have dual cultivation with him. She brings out 2 cultivation manuals, one of them being a manual for controlling the sword, while the other is a manual to train his sword chi. Zhao Mu is surprised as he asks her how she knows he was missing sword control manuals. Mu Juling smirks and tells him that she knows that he recently broke through Foundation Establishment, and since he isn't an outer sect disciple, there is no way for him to get the cultivation manuals to learn the sword controlling techniques. Aside from the manuals, she also hands him over a 4th grade flying sword, which is slightly weaker than his personal 5th grade sword that he received from the system. After giving him some tips regarding the flying swords and cultivation, Mu Juling leaves him in the house to train for a few days, while she handles other matters like upgrading his sect token to a true outer sect disciple, as now he is a full-fledged Foundation Establishment cultivator. This makes Zhao Mu really question her status in the sect, as no way an ordinary disciple can do things like upgrading someone's token. But that's not important right now, as Zhao Mu wants to quickly learn the flying sword technique, so he sits down and starts chanting the mantras written in the sword manual. However, Zhao Mu overestimated his intelligence, as no matter how much he tries, he can't seem to control the sword chi at all. This makes Zhao Mu realize that even though the marrow cleansing pill can improve the root aptitude of his body, his comprehension aptitude is still that of a mortal. Zhao Mu feels a bit stuck, as although he can increase his physical cultivation by just plowing some senior sisters, he can't brute force using his yang energy. That's when his eyes fall onto a nearby goat, which is calmly grazing grass and enjoying its life. Seeing the dumb goat, Zhao Mu wonders what would happen if he taught it multiplication tables. So for the next few hours, Zhao Mu teaches the poor goat about numbers and stuff that it was never meant to learn. But in return for doing all this, Zhao Mu is rewarded by the system and gains a 100-fold increase in his intelligence. The upgrade in his intelligence allows Zhao Mu to quickly master the sword cultivation technique in a few minutes, while beforehand he wasn't even able to learn its first chapter. But Zhao Mu is still not satisfied, as this level of intelligence is nowhere near the level of isekai protagonists, who can instantly master any technique just after glancing at it. So he turns back to the poor goat, who is still struggling to understand why it needs to learn the multiplication tables, when suddenly it's forced to learn advanced theorems of geometry. But Zhao Mu still wasn't satisfied, so he continued on with advanced mathematics and even teaches the poor goat calculus, which is something most college students still don't understand. Zhao Mu would have continued with quantum mechanics, but he stopped when the system informed him that his comprehension had reached its limit and couldn't continue to grow anymore. Zhao Mu feels a bit disappointed, as he still has so much more to teach the dumb goat. But since he can't continue to grow his intelligence, he starts going through all the scrolls and cultivation techniques in the room and instantly masters all of them. But most of the techniques were of yellow rank, which is the lowest tier, so Zhao Mu doesn't feel that much enhancement in his strength. But memorizing all the techniques gives him the ability to copy them later on and then donate them to other outer sect disciples to make quick money through the system. This makes him feel very grateful to the goat, so he is about to reward it with some fresh grass, when suddenly it brings him a bone with strange engravings on them. Zhao Mu takes it from its mouth and realizes that it's an extremely high-level technique called Chaos Shunming Art. He tries cultivating it but gets a backlash, causing him to vomit a mouthful of blood. Zhao Mu wonders if his comprehension is still too low to learn such a high-level technique, which is why he decides to gift it to Mu Jiling, as in return he will get a better technique anyway. Over some time, Mu Jiling returns and is quite worried to see blood on the floor. Zhao Mu explains what happened and how he got this technique from the goat's mouth. Mu Jiling corrects him and tells him that the beast isn't a goat but a demonic dog. She also tells him that he failed to cultivate this technique, not because his comprehension is low, but because it's a chaos-attributed art which doesn't match his yang-attributed body. Zhao Mu finally feels better and hands over the technique to Mu Juling, and in return he gains a high earth-grade pure Yang Xuanming art that perfectly matches his aptitude. But before Zhao Mu starts cultivating this art, he asks Mu Juling what her end goal is by helping him so much. Mu Juling grabs his face and tells him that she only wants to marry him and then spend the rest of her life taking care of him. Just when she confesses her feelings for him, a bright purple light appears and envelops the whole building, especially Zhao Mu, who struggles to even stand. Mu Juling looks at the sky and is shocked to see her master standing in the sky. She asks her master why she is here. Instead of answering, her master questions her and wonders if she interrupted anything important between her disciple and a lowly servant. These words make Mu Juling tremble in fear as she tries to explain why she was here with Zhao Mu, but her master doesn't let her speak and instead berates her for running out of the palace and coming to the outside sect to play around and fool with lowly servants. Seeing that her master is genuinely angry, Mu Juling begs her for mercy, so she gives her a chance and tells her that if she can kill Zhao Mu with her own hands, she will forgive her and let her come back to the palace, where she will cultivate and close doors for 30 years. This causes Mu Juling's face to become pale in fear as she begs her master for mercy, as she can't bear to kill Zhao Mu, or else her Dao heart will forever stay stuck at this level, and she won't be able to progress in her cultivation ever again. Her master feels disappointed in her choice and decides to kill both of them by herself, so that no one will ever make the same mistake again. Seeing that Mu Juling's master is seriously about to kill both of them, Zhao Mu decides to sacrifice his red yang sacred body and give all of its energy to give Mu Juling a chance to survive. But this decision in return saves his life, as Mu Juling's master recognizes the potential of his sacred body and decides to spare both of them. Although her master may have forgiven Zhao Mu, Mu Juling feels angry at him for not telling him about his sacred constitution, or else she would have tied him up and devoured his yang essence long ago. Mu Jioling's master coughs, reminding both of them to sort out their couple quarrel later. She then grabs Mu Jioling and tells Zhao Mu that he is forbidden from ever meeting her unless he can become a nascent soul cultivator in the next few years. After giving him the warning, she takes Mu Jioling and disappears into the horizon. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu clenches his fists as he would have never been bullied like this if he were a bit stronger. So he decides to focus all of his efforts on cultivating from now on. Later at night, he returns to his servant quarters and starts cultivating the pure Yang Xuanming art. The art perfectly complements his red Yang sacred body, which causes his cultivation speed to skyrocket. But this also becomes a problem as the servant quarters don't have enough spiritual energy for Zhao Mu to run the art at its full potential. That's where all the spirit stones he saved come into play, and after consuming nearly 70,000 spirit stones, Zhao Mu finally breaks through the first 3 levels of foundation establishment, making him much stronger than before. After spending the whole night cultivating, Zhao Mu is about to head outside in the morning when a few unpleasant guests knock on his door. One of them is a past bully Hu Chang, who used to beat Zhao Mu when he just came to the Yuan demon sect. However, Zhao Mu isn't the same old weakling anymore, so when Hu Chang tries to bully him, Zhao Mu lands a solid punch on his face, knocking out Hu Chang. Hu Chang can't believe that Zhao Mu dared to fight back, so he calls for help from his lackeys. But no matter how many people he calls for help, all of them get beaten by Zhao Mu, as not even 100 Qi refining disciples can compare to a single foundation establishment cultivator. All the servants root for Zhao Mu as they have all been bullied by Hu Chang and his gang for years. This makes Zhao Mu drag out the fight even more, as he keeps on toying with Hu Chang and his lackeys. Hu Chang falls for Zhao Mu's rage bait and transforms into a furious tiger beast. Even though this gives him a massive boost in his physical strength, Zhao Mu still easily dodges his attacks and even stands on his hand to make him look like a fool. But soon Zhao Mu starts getting bored and decides to knock all of them out and go back to his business. After defeating all the bullies, Zhao Mu takes back their spirit stone pouches that they stole from other servants and returns them to their rightful owners. This makes Zhao Mu look like a saint in everyone's eyes, but Zhao Mu is just happy to count the gains from the return system. After donating 1,000 spirit stones, Zhao Mu gets back 9 million in return, which is more than enough to last him till his foundation establishment perfection. Aside from the spirit stones, Zhao Mu also has a few useless cultivation pills left, which he donates to a random servant, and in return he gains higher grade foundation establishment pills, which would be helpful to him later down the line. After sorting out the mess in the servant quarters, Zhao Mu decides to finally update his status to that of an outer sect disciple, which will allow him access to high-level resources in the sect. So he heads out to the outer management sect hall, where its manager Jiang Dingkun is concocting a furnace of pills. Zhao Mu greets him, but doesn't receive anything in return. Instead, Jiang Dingkun acts as if Zhao Mu had disturbed his pill concoction and deliberately blows open his furnace, ruining all the ingredients inside it. Jiang Dingkun blames all of this on Zhao Mu and asks him to get out. However, Zhao Mu knows that Jiang Dingkun is deliberately making trouble for him, so he just hands him a bag of 1,000 spirit stones and tells him to at least listen to him. Jiang Dingkun forgets everything and asks Zhao Mu what business he has with him. Zhao Mu tells him that he wants to get his outer sect disciple number plate, which he should have gotten already after Mu Juling promised him last time. This makes him wonder if someone is deliberately trying to block his attempts at becoming an outer sect disciple. So to learn the truth, he gives Zhang Dingkun a couple more bags of spirit stones and just asks him to name the person who is pulling the strings from behind. Zhang Dingkun is still too afraid, so he just draws a fox on the floor, which is enough for Zhao Mu to guess that it's that demonic vixen Chu Jioran, who doesn't want him to become independent. Even though Zhao Mu has become much stronger, he still doesn't dare to mess with Chu Jioran, who has the entire outer sect under her control. So after receiving his outer sect disciple nameplate, Zhao Mu decides to leave this place altogether and hide at Lu Qi's place till the winds have settled. But on his way to Lu Qi's place, he finds two men getting out of her house. One of them is Lu Qi's future husband, Long Tishang, while the other elder is her grandfather, Lu Haikong, who is also one of the 12 elders of the Yuan demon sect. Lu Haikong is extremely happy as his granddaughter has finally broken through the Golden Core realm, which means that she can now marry Long Tianshang without any hassle. Long Tianshang doesn't want to upset the elder, so he promises him that he will marry his granddaughter after he takes first place in this year's grand hunting competition. Jiumu waits for them to leave, and only then does he dare to enter Lu Qi's place, where she immediately hugs him and tells him how happy she is to meet him. She asks him why he randomly decided to meet him, to which Jiumu replies that he can't go back to the outer sect because of Chu Jioran, so he has no option but to take a temporary residence at her place. Hearing Chu Jioran's name makes Lu Qi extremely pissed, as she promises Zhao Mu that she will challenge her to a duel after she is done consolidating her cultivation base. But to do that, she needs Zhao Mu's potent yang energy to further enhance her Nine Yin mystic art. Zhao Mu is already ready to burst, so he spends the whole night giving backshots to Lu Qi. However, unlike their previous dual cultivation session, Zhao Mu barely gains 50 times return, which is not even enough for a single small breakthrough. The system tells Zhao Mu that he has harvested Lu Qi way too many times, so he needs to find different people. Zhao Mu thinks about his options and realizes that there are still plenty of senior sisters who won't mind dual cultivating with a handsome man like him. But that's for the future, as now he wants to upgrade his cultivation base as soon as possible. He takes out 100,000 spirit stones for cultivation, expecting that they will take him all the way to the upper foundation establishment stage. However, he underestimates his red yang sacred body, which consumes all 100,000 stones to barely advance to the 5th level. Zhao Mu is about to continue his cultivation session when he feels as if someone is spying on him. He quickly opens the window to see who it is when he comes face to face with Mu Jiuling's master, the Sex Saintess. The Saintess orders him to call her by her name, so Zhao Mu changes his question and asks her what she is doing here at Lu Ji's house. Lu Semi Sex places her finger on his abdomen and tells him that she needs his yang power to help her cultivate. Zhao Mu is first confused but then becomes terrified as he asks her not to joke around like this because no way a higher stage being like her would need the help of a measly foundation stage cultivator. And Zixuan asks him to shut his mouth and just answer her whether he wants to help her cultivate or not. Under her extremely heavy spiritual pressure, poor Zhao Mu has no option but to agree to her request. So without wasting time, Zixuan opens up a portal and takes Zhao Mu to her cave abode. Zhao Mu is a man of business, so he doesn't ask questions and starts opening the belt of his pants. But this startles An Zixuan, who asks him what the hell he is doing. Zhao Mu is confused and reminds her that she brought him here to dual cultivate with him, which is exactly why he is untying his belt. An Zixuan blushes after hearing his crude words and tells him that he doesn't need to do any of this and just stay where he is. She then ties him to a pole and shuts his mouth and eyes with a piece of cloth. Poor Zhao Mu struggles to understand what's going on, but An Zixuan doesn't answer his questions and starts to unloosen her robes instead. But instead of embracing Zhao Mu, An Zixuan throws him into the bath to clean himself properly. After taking a hot bath, Zhao Mu doesn't smell like Lu Qi anymore, so An Zixuan once again picks him up and throws him onto a bed, with his hand tied to its corners. Zhao Mu doesn't mind such action, as he kinda likes dominating women. However, he is disappointed when instead of harvesting his yang essence herself, An Zixuan sends 2 of her puppets to do the dual cultivation with him instead. The 2 puppets are An Lele and An Yuan, who are both shaped after cat girls, who also happen to be specially crafted to harvest yang essence from men. Even though An Lele and An Yuan are plenty cute, Zhao Mu still feels angry for doing it with clankers, so he decides to break them both to take his revenge on An Zixuan. The Saintess expected Zhao Mu to barely keep up for 2 hours, hence she decided to watch him do the act live. But she didn't expect Zhao Mu to be a crazy monster who seemed to have infinite stamina as he continued to dominate both sisters for the whole night without resting a single bit. In the end, despite having womb force 69E, even the 2 puppet sisters couldn't help but give up as they surrendered themselves under Zhao Mu's masterful backshots. They also felt extremely terrible for not living up to their master's expectations, but An Zixuan forgives them as she couldn't have done much better. But after sending away both sisters, An Zixuan turns to Zhao Mu, who has just finished taking a bath. He asks An Zixuan if his performance was satisfying to watch, to which she replies that it was average at best. Zhao Mu reminds her that if she wants to see his best performance, then she should step into the field herself and dual cultivate with him personally. In response, Xuan just hands him 10 million spirit stones alongside a few top-grade Foundation establishment pills and sends him right back to Lu Shi's place through the portal. Soon, Zhao Mu finds himself back at Lu Shi's place. He is astonished by Saintes's powers and feels happy because as long as Saintes needs his yang energy, he will have another backer in the sect. Aside from that, he also receives the rewards for spending his yang energy, which pushes his red yang sacred body to the next level. This makes Zhao Mu even more determined to find a few more senior sisters and dual cultivate with them sternly. While Zhao Mu is enjoying his gains, Xuan is having inner demons after consuming Zhao Mu's yang essence. She keeps on thinking about the dual cultivation memories of the Clanker sisters and Zhao Mu. This causes her aura to ripple strangely, which makes Anlele and An Yuan a bit worried about her cultivation as they wonder if these are the side effects of consuming Zhao Mu's red yang essence. Back to Zhao Mu, he cultivates diligently, absorbing all the benefits that he gained from Xuan. But Lu Qi wakes up and finds him too handsome, sitting there cultivating like him. She can also feel that his aura has grown much stronger, so she eagerly invites him to participate in the Climbing Heaven Road challenge with her. Lu Qi explains to him that Climbing Heaven Road is an ancient secret realm located in the Yuan demon sect, which is used to test the disciples' strength, while also training them for future sect battles. The Climbing Heaven Road has 12 layers, and with each layer the monsters inside get stronger. The first 3 layers are reserved for outer sect disciples, as most monsters inside are at the Foundation establishment stage, but the 4th layer and onwards have Golden Core realm monsters, which makes it nearly impossible for most outer sect disciples to step into it. But some heavenly prides like Chuje Oran, who is ranked 9th on the outer sect board, can stay for an incense stick of time. Soon, Lu Qi and Zhao Mu arrive at the Climbing Heaven Road, and there they meet Chuje Oran, which pisses off Lu Qi, who wants to prove to everyone that Chuje Oran is not the most talented disciple in the outer sect. This makes Zhao Mu realize that even the outer sect has a lot of competition despite being at the bottom of the sect. He also learns that despite the sect treating both demons and humans equally, rivalry and friction still exist between them. But it doesn't concern Zhao Mu, so he is about to head inside the first layer with Lu Qi, when suddenly they notice a group of people coming outside of the portal. Zhao Mu remembers that it's the same group of Nu Ti and his lackeys who messed with him earlier at the black market. But this time, Nu Ti's aura has gotten stronger as he climbed all the way to rank 47 in the outer sect. Nu Ti's lackeys praise him as if he's the next Long Tianshang, which makes Nu Ti feel even more proud of himself as he advises all of them to focus on their training and that they too can reach his level. But just then, Chu Jiaran speaks in and reminds him that she didn't invest so many resources into him, only for him to boast in front of his lackeys. She warns him to quickly fulfill the mission she gave him, or else be prepared for the consequences. Nu Tai, who was acting all smug, becomes a meek cat after hearing her warning. But this also makes him angry on the inside, so when he notices Zhao Mu accompanying Lu Qi to head inside the Climbing Heaven Road, he decides to take all of his anger out on him. With this, he will be able to take care of Chu Jiaran's mission of making Zhao Mu remember his place while also removing his past shame of being defeated by him as well. Via the Heaven Road platform, any disciple can challenge another disciple to a duel, so Nu Qi challenges Zhao Mu. Lu Qi advises Zhao Mu not to accept Nu Ti's challenge, as he clearly seems to have gotten stronger. But Zhao Mu assures her that he will be fine and that he has been cultivating diligently as well. Zhao Mu accepts the challenge, but on the condition that Nu Ti will bet something on the line. Nu Ti agrees and bets the second-grade flying sword that Zhao Mu graciously donated to him earlier at the market. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu wagers his storage ring with hundreds of thousands of spirit stones inside it. Their duel and bet attracts a lot of people who feel pity for Zhao Mu, as everyone knows that he's a weak pretty boy who has only survived this long in the sect because of his pretty face and his pure yang constitution. Chu Jiaran also fans the flame, as she discourages Zhao Mu by calling him out for finding another sugar mommy after being abandoned by her. Lu Qi feels angry at her comment but stays silent as she is more worried about Zhao Mu. But Chu Jiaran takes her silence as her weakness and warns Zhao Mu that birds who dare to escape their cage often have their wings cut in half. Zhao Mu ignores Chu Jiaran as she is nothing but a small petty villain in his grand story. Nu Qi, however, feels encouraged by Chu Jiaran's words and pounces on Zhao Mu with the intent to wipe out his previous shame in one attack. But before people can even see him attack, he disappears and appears behind Zhao Mu in an instant. The audience is shocked to see this move as they recognize it to be the after-image step, a technique extremely difficult to master at their cultivation stage. This makes all of them assured that Zhao Mu is definitely cooked and that he won't be able to survive against a monster, who now not only has the strongest physical body in the outer sect, but also one of the fastest movement arts. Chu Jiaran is also assured of Nu Ti's victory, and mocks Lu Qi for choosing the wrong play target. However, just then her outlook of reality crumbles, when she finds Nu Ti under Zhao Mu's feet as he holds on to his horns like the performer holding back a raging bull at a Spanish bullfighting festival. Zhao Mu mocks Nu Ti and asks him if he had not eaten lunch today, to which Nu Ti becomes enraged and desperately starts to free himself from Zhao Mu's control. However, just then, Chu Jiaran reminds him of the secret pill that she gave him and orders him to eat it and beat Zhao Mu for her. Nu Ti doesn't dare to disobey Chu Jiaran, and despite knowing the side effects of the berserk pill, he bites into it. The pill forcefully transforms into his complete demon form, which causes his strength to rise exponentially. Nu Ti instantly frees himself from Zhao Mu's grasp, and warns Zhao Mu that this will be his last day on this earth. Nu Ti's sudden rise in strength makes Lu Qi even more worried about Zhao Mu, so she calls out Chu Jiaran for cheating. But Chu Jiaran is as shameless as ever and corrects Lu Qi that the berserk pill that she fed Nu Ti is just a demon spirit pill that allows the demon race to forcefully awaken their bloodline in advance. Meanwhile, Nu Ti is suffering from the side effects of the pill, which causes him to lose his rationality, so he starts attacking Zhao Mu in the most brawler way possible. Even though this makes him a far easier opponent to read, dodging his lightning-fast attacks is a whole different thing. That's why even after Zhao Mu successfully dodges his attack, he still gets grazed by it, and even his red Yang sacred body isn't able to completely block the damage, which causes him to bleed slightly. This makes Zhao Mu take Nu Ti a bit more seriously, so when Nu Ti charges at him like a dumb bull, Zhao Mu puts all of his sacred Yang energy into his fist and smacks right on Nu Ti's face, which not only breaks one of his horns but also knocks him out cold immediately. Zhu Jiaran, who was already celebrating her victory, became pale as if she had just seen a ghost. Meanwhile, all of the entire audience became curious about Zhao Mu and how he became so strong in such a short time. Lu Qi also finds him even more handsome as she feels happy for choosing the right man for herself. While on the other side, Chu Jiaran is completely pissed at Nu Ti as she asks her other lackeys to pick him up and deliver him to the infirmary. But Zhao Mu stops them and throws over a bag with 10,000 spirit stones and calls it the medical fees from him. This improves his image in everyone's eyes who call him a saint for forgiving his opponents, even after being taunted by them. But Zhao Mu just wants the rewards from the system, and just like that he gains 1,000,000 spirit stones for free. Zhao Mu and Lu Qi are about to leave when Chu Jiaran approaches him and asks him to come back to her side, and assures him that she will take care of his little brother a lot better this time. However, Zhao Mu pushes her away as he has already harvested her, so dual cultivating with her won't be beneficial for him anymore. Lu Qi is happy to see Zhao Mu walking away from her, and warns Chu Jiaran that, after making a name for herself at the Climbing Heaven Road, she will challenge her to a duel fair and square. She then takes Zhao Mu in her arms and heads inside the first layer portal, without caring about Chu Jiaran, who is staring daggers at them. Their bickering causes the people in the audience to feel jealous of Zhao Mu, as he has gotten 2 top baddies of the outer sect to fight after him. They are sure that no matter who wins in the end, the real winner will still be Zhao Mu. Later, Nu Ti's cousin Yu Ao learns that his younger cousin was beaten by Zhao Mu, so to take revenge on him, he heads out to meet Long Tianshang and informs him that Lu Ti has been mingling with a pretty boy and even fought over Chu Jiaran because of that. Long Tianshang is more angry at Nu Ao for disturbing his cultivation, but he also dislikes having an ant dare to lust after his future wife. So to teach Zhao Mu a lesson, he places his sword inside Nu Ao's body and tells him to use it later to teach Zhao Mu a lesson. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu, who still doesn't know that Long Tianshang has learned of his affair with Lu Qi, arrives inside the Climbing Heaven Road's first layer, where Lu Qi explains to him the rules that the secret realm automatically registers any disciple that enters the realm and starts to record their progress. Since Lu Qi has already reached the upper layers, she won't be able to accompany Zhao Mu in the earlier layers. She then gives him a goodbye kiss and leaves for the higher layers by herself. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu stays at the first layer where he meets his first opponents, a giant chicken, a weird spiky rat, and an ugly frog. All of the 3 monsters are at the Foundation Establishment stage, which shows how difficult it is to clear all the layers. The 3 monsters immediately attack Zhao Mu as they take him for a weakling, but Zhao Mu easily dodges their attacks and then, with a single wave of his hand, defeats all 3 of them with no problem. The secret realm informs Zhao Mu that he has cleared the first floor and that before moving to the next floor, he can choose any one of the 3 rewards. Zhao Mu already has plenty of spirit stones and grade 5 flying swords, so he chooses the high-grade yellow rank technique instead, which perfectly matches his Yang attribute body. Since Zhao Mu leveled up his comprehension to the max last time, he instantly learns the technique, and after testing its strength, he decides to move on to the second floor. While Zhao Mu moves on to the second floor, Lu Qi also finally manages to clear the 3rd layer, which brings her into the top 50 rank of the outer sect disciples. This makes them excited as they can't wait to see the duel between her and Chu Jiaran. But just then, their eyes fall onto the bottom of the board, and they discover that Zhao Mu has also entered the top 1,000 ranking in such a short time. However, they don't feel shocked as Zhao Mu was able to defeat Nu Ti, which means that he should be able to reach the end of Layer 3 without any problem. As the audience is discussing the future potential of both of these contenders, The number 1 disciple on the outer sect ranking, Nalan Trong, arrives at the climbing heaven road to see what has been causing all this commotion. Nalan Chang has remained at the top of the outer sect ranking for a long time, as his record of surviving 2 hours at the 4th layer has never been broken by anyone, but people don't respect him, unlike other disciples. Nalan Chang is just a narcissistic brat who only relies on his powerful Qilin bloodline to bully others. Nalan Chang dislikes it when someone talks badly about him behind his back, so he smacks the few disciples who are talking shit about him. Chu Jieran is already frustrated over Zhao Mu, so when she sees Nalan Chuang come over to mock her, she can't help but become even more annoyed. Nalan Chuang enjoys making her frustrated, so he keeps on rage-baiting her and calls her the C-word for letting Lu Qi steal away her male toy. Chu Jieran loses control over her aura and attacks Nalan Chuang with the intent to kill, but just then Nuao appears and stops both of them from harming each other. His appearance shocks everyone as he's a peak Golden Core Realm cultivator, ranked 8th on the intersect ranking. Even though most disciples in the audience are afraid of him, Chu Jiaoran doesn't fear him, and instead asks him if he is here to avenge his cousin. She reminds him that Lu Qi is elder Lu Haikong's granddaughter, and that he won't be happy if he learned that a peak core formation disciple bullied his precious granddaughter. Lu Haikong asks her to rest assured, as he got the approval from Lu Qi's future husband, Long Tianshang himself. Unlike Chu Jieran, Nalan Chuang doesn't interfere as he is eager to see a newly entered outer sect disciple attract attention from such big shots. However, just then the audience discovers that Zhao Mu's name has jumped from the top 1,000 all the way to the top 200. While all the top-ranked disciples are waiting for his downfall, Zhao Mu is casually chilling at the 2nd layer, defeating Foundation Establishment monsters as if they were sitting ducks and chickens. After clearing the 2nd floor, Zhao Mu has to choose any of the 3 rewards once again. This time, the rewards are a high-grade yellow rank saber technique, a bag of spirit stones, and a grade 2 flying sword. Since Zhao Mu doesn't like sabers and doesn't need spirit stones, he decides to choose the flying sword, as he can just give it away to gain a much better sword from the system. With the 2nd floor cleared, Zhao Mu enters the 3rd layer, where he is faced with tens of Foundation Establishment monsters all at once. Zhao Mu finally understands why so few disciples have been able to clear this floor, with most of them already having reached the Golden Core Realm. However, Zhao Mu is built differently, and he has never been able to test his true strength, so this gives him the perfect opportunity to fully explore the potential of his sacred body. Without wasting time, Zhao Mu uses the high-grade yellow rank flame palm technique and smashes it at the horde of monsters. The technique is so fast that half of the monsters aren't even able to react as the flaming palm strikes them, while the monsters who were able to react to his attack quickly counterattack him by attacking him from all sides. Despite getting attacked from all sides, Zhao Mu barely suffers any injuries, which makes him admire the true strength of his Red Yang sacred body. This gives Zhao Mu the confidence of being able to clear the 3rd floor despite not having reached the perfection of the Foundation Establishment stage, much less the Golden Core Realm. With a mentality like this, Zhao Mu becomes fearless, and no matter how much he gets injured, he keeps up the pace and keeps on self-improving his combat techniques to match his combat style. After a quarter hour of brutal combat which turns the whole 3rd floor into hell, Zhao Mu finally defeats the final monster and clears the 3rd floor successfully. Zhao Mu originally planned to leave after clearing the 3rd floor, but his Red Yang sacred body heals all of his injuries quickly, so he decides to challenge the 4th floor as well and see how long he can last there with his 5th stage Foundation Establishment cultivation. But before that, he needs to choose from the 3 rewards given by the system. The first one is an axe weapon, the second one is a pill, while the last option is a battle technique. Since the axe and pills are useless to him, Zhao Mu chooses the battle technique, which is a lightning attribute technique completely suitable for his yang body. While Zhao Mu practices the lightning technique, the audience outside feels as if they had been struck by lightning as Zhao Mu's ranking jumps from the top 200 all the way up to rank 13. This is an unprecedented record for someone at the 5th level of the Foundation Establishment, as even a Golden Core Realm cultivator would struggle to achieve such a score. Zhao Mu's strength even scares Chu Jioran, who can't understand how Zhao Mu became this strong out of nowhere. But just then, Lu Qi exits the climbing heaven road and her ranking jumps from top 50 all the way to top 9. This pushes Chu Jieran to rank 10, which makes her extremely displeased as she already feels lost to Lu Qi. Lu Qi wants to mock Chu Jieran, but when she learns that Nuti's cousin is here to take revenge on his behalf, she becomes silent as she can only pray for Zhao Mu's safety. Yui back inside the secret realm, Zhao Mu instantly masters the lightning technique, which gives him an additional trump card against monsters on the 4th floor. After entering the 4th floor, Zhao Mu realizes that he still underestimated the Golden Core Realm monsters, as there is no way he can defeat them. But his goal isn't to defeat them, but to survive, so he decides to just stay out of the beast's attacking range and let it waste its stamina. But the Golden Core Realm beasts aren't as dumb as those at the Foundation Establishment, so when Zhao Mu tries to create a distance between them, the beast instantly jumps in to shorten the distance. On top of this, the beast doesn't give Zhao Mu any moment to learn its attacking patterns, as it goes for a killing blow. Zhao Mu barely manages to dodge one of its claws, but it still leaves a gruesome wound on his chest. Seeing that his defense is useless against this monster, Zhao Mu goes full offensive as he charges both the flame and lightning techniques at the same time. He first throws his flame palm towards the beast, who easily dodges it and closes the gap between them. But this is exactly what Zhao Mu wanted him to do. So just when the beast dodges the flame attack, Zhao Mu unleashes his purple lightning at him, which engulfs the beast like a fishing net. However, what Zhao Mu didn't expect was that the beast's skin was completely immune to his lightning. So it easily breaks out of it and lunges at Zhao Mu with its mouth wide open. Zhao Mu barely manages to dodge, but it costs him his arm as the beast had already taken it in its mouth. Zhao Mu realizes that he has lost the battle and is about to leave when suddenly the system notifies him that he has fed his body to the demonic beast, which gives him a 10,000-fold in return. The massive boost in vitality instantly restores Zhao Mu's arm, while the rest of the vitality transforms his bloodline into the legendary human emperor bloodline. The system informs Zhao Mu that in the ancient era, humans were merely food for the superior 100 races. However, one day, everything changed when a group of humans rose from the bottom and massacred their way to the top of the food chain. These human emperors trained their bodies and bloodline to extreme levels, and soon there was no one to match them. Zhao Mu feels excited after hearing the legends of his human ancestors and wonders if one day he will also be able to freely roam the starry skies and defeat all the invading factions. But before that, he needs to take care of this demonic beast that has been pestering him for such a long time. The beast doesn't like the look in Zhao Mu's eyes as he is supposed to be the predator, not him. So it doesn't give Zhao Mu any more time to rest and pounces at him once again. But this time, Zhao Mu is easily able to dodge his strike and cleaves him in half by just using his palm alone. After successfully defeating the beast, Zhao Mu gains the qualification to challenge the 5th floor. But before that, he needs to choose one of the 3 rewards. Since none of these items feels appealing to Zhao Mu, he just takes the grade 4 pill and decides to donate it to someone later to get a better one. After choosing his rewards, Zhao Mu decides to check the 5th floor, even though he knows that he won't be able to clear it at his current stage. While Zhao Mu heads to the 5th floor, the audience outside completely goes nuts, as after clearing the 4th floor, Zhao Mu's ranking reaches the top, surpassing the previous champion, Nalan Chuang. Seeing her crush reach the top of the chart causes Lu Qi to almost scream without the S. However, not everyone is happy, especially Nu Ao, who starts feeling terrified of Zhao Mu's insane potential. Even Chu Jiaoran is shocked as she hasn't seen this level of potential since Megumi Fushiguro of the Zenin clan. Turning back to Zhao Mu, he finally arrives at the 5th floor, where a group of high-level beasts is waiting eagerly for him. Zhao Mu might be arrogant, but he isn't dumb, so he doesn't pick a bone with them and immediately exits the secret realm, promising that he will soon come back to show them who's the real boss. In a few seconds, Zhao Mu finds himself outside once again, where Nu Ao doesn't even care for his reputation, and immediately sneaks up on Zhao Mu without giving him any explanation. However, Lu Qi had already expected him to do something like this, so she quickly jumps in between them to save Zhao Mu. Chu Jiaoran also doesn't hesitate to jump in as well and protect Zhao Mu against Nu Ao's sneak attack. This surprises Zhao Mu as he kind of expected Lu Qi to protect him, but Chu Jiaoran didn't need to, especially since he rejected her earlier. But Chu Jiaoran just blushes and tells him that she has her own reasoning, so he should quickly run away while they are holding back Nu Ao. Jiaoran thanks them for their protection and kind thoughts, but as a man he can't let 2 ladies sacrifice their lives for him. So he asks both of them to step aside, as he wants to test the strength of a peak Golden Core realm himself. Nu Ao calls him stupid for taking his attack head-on, but when his fist collides with Zhao Mu, he becomes shocked as Zhao Mu's aura reminds him of those human geniuses with a human emperor bloodline. As a member of the demon clan, this makes Nu Ao even more diligent in eliminating Zhao Mu, or else he might become a terrifying opponent for the demon clan in the future. So this time, instead of using his own strength, Yu Ao activates the hidden sword Qi given to him by Long Tianshang and throws it at Zhao Mu with neck-breaking speed. Zhao Mu recognizes the Qi to be from Long Tianshang, so he doesn't dare to hold back any longer and immediately opens his human emperor bloodline. But in the end, Zhao Mu is still a foundation establishment cultivator, while Long Tianshang is a nascent soul-level powerhouse. So the sword Qi pierces through all of his defenses and drowns him in the sea of swords. No one believes that Zhao Mu would survive such a brutal attack, but Zhao Mu proves them all wrong once again by coming out of the Qi storm alive and still kicking. Despite looking miserable and having lost half of his body, Zhao Mu still continues to mock Nu Ao and the impotent Long Tianshang behind him. This makes Nu Ao lose all of his aura, so he stops caring about his prestige and jumps in to finish off the job. Lu Qi tries to stop him, but her cultivation realm is far below Nu Ao's, so he just smacks her aside like a fly, forgetting that she's the granddaughter of one of the 12 elders of the sect. Meanwhile, Zhao Mu is too weak to even defend himself anymore, so he just stands there waiting for Nu Ao to finish him off. However, just then a purple light strikes Nu Ao from the sky, which slams him into the ground as Nu Ao struggles to even stand. Zhao Mu was already pissed off that he wasn't able to finish off Zhao Mu with sword Qi, but now, when he tried to kill him with his own hands, some purple light decided to stop him from the sky. But when he learns that it's the sect saintess, he immediately kneels down and begs for her mercy. Edie. All the other disciples around her also kneel down and greet her. But Xuan doesn't pay any attention to them as she turns to Zhao Mu, who has just healed his arm using the immense vitality of the human emperor bloodline. She praises Zhao Mu as she has never seen anyone improve this fast. Even though being the top rank on the outer sect board isn't really anything worth praising, doing so at his level is definitely an unprecedented record in the sect. Zhao Mu is surprised to see her praise him like this out of nowhere, but then Xuan reveals her true intentions, that she wants to take him as a disciple. But before Zhao Mu can even decide, 3 more sect elders rush to the scene as they hear that someone has just unlocked the human emperor's bloodline. One of the elders is Zhou Xiliang, who is ranked 5th in the elder ranking. He is the most powerful array master in the whole sect. Zhou Xiliang reminds Zishen that Zhao Mu is a human race treasure, so she can't just take him as a disciple to benefit the demon race. The 7th elder Fan Deng agrees with Zhou Xiliang, as she already has Mai Jiliang as her disciple, so she should let the human race have Zhao Mu instead. Fan Deng's words put even more pressure on Zishen, as he is the leading alchemist of the Yuan demon sect. While both the 5th and 7th elder were polite in their argument, the 3rd elder, Du Guzhan, is completely domineering, as he announces to the sect that if Zhao Mu takes him as his master, he will crown him with a full grade 7 armor set and even teach him his battle heaven and earth art, which is the most powerful battle art in the whole sect. All 3 elders push their auras onto Zhao Mu, who is forced to choose between any one of them. But he also doesn't want to let go of Xuan, as she is his key to enhancing his red yang sacred body. So in the end, he decides to accept all 3 elders as his master, while also promising Xuan to continue helping her with her cultivation. The 3 elders are a bit worried that Zhao Mu might be a bit confused, so they try to explain that all of their crafts and techniques take years to master, and that he can't just learn under 3 masters at the same time. But Zhao Mu assures all 3 of them that he is a genius and that he will be instantly able to master anything they teach him. But the elders are still not satisfied, so he sets up a challenge for them and tells them that he will study under each of them for 3 days, and if he fails to meet up to their expectations, he will give up and let any one of them accept him as their disciple. The 3 elders have no choice but to accept his proposal, which also solves all the conflicts within them. After settling things, Xuan grabs Nuao and takes him with her, while the 5th elder also grabs Zhao Mu and takes him back to his house to teach him about arrays. Before leaving, Zhao Mu gives one final warning to Lu Qi to be careful, as Long Tan Xiang might try to plot against her. After Zhao Mu leaves, all the disciples start leaving one by one, leaving behind only the last disciple, who is also the one who kidnapped Zhao Mu and brought him into the sect in the first place. The poor guy starts to sweat profusely as he becomes worried that Zhao Mu might take revenge on him if he learns that he is the one who brought him to the sect. He is thinking about escaping the sect when he remembers that his whole family is based in the sect, and if he leaves, Zhao Mu might target them instead. Just then, he remembers that the Jia kingdom, where Zhao Mu originally came from, is currently at war with the Zhou kingdom and is on the verge of destruction. He decides to have his family rescue the Xia kingdom, and by doing so, he will gain a favor with Zhao Mu, and he might even spare his life. Satisfied with his plan, the NPC immediately flies back to his family home to set things in place. Meanwhile, Zhou Xiliang takes Zhao Mu to the Array Valley, which is also the hub for all the major arrays in the sect. Zhao Mu is surprised to learn that Elder Zhou Xiliang holds so much power and wonders if the array at the Climbing Heaven Road was also built by him. Zhou Xiliang feels ashamed as he mentions that even if he exhausts his whole life, he won't be able to create such a masterpiece, as only the sect patriarch from 8,000 years can build something like that. Zhao Mu knows a few things about the Saint Yuan Patriarch and wonders where he is right now these days. Zhao Xiliang answers that the Saint Yuan Patriarch is believed to have ascended to a new realm thousands of years ago, but he isn't sure, as there are also rumors that he once learned a dark secret about the world and was captured by a secret faction and is still imprisoned there to this day. Zhao Mu feels shocked to learn that there might be a faction so strong that they can imprison a powerhouse like Saint Yuan Patriarch for such a long time. Zhao Xiliang notices that they are going off topic, so he stops Zhao Mu and tells him to focus on studying arrays first, as matters like Patriarch are far out of his reach. He takes Zhao Mu to meet his other disciple, who is a senior sister with melons, so big that even Zhao Mu loses composure for a few seconds. Zhao Mu Zhirong notices his perverted gaze and can't help but try to hide her twin peaks behind her arms. However, they are way too big to hide, which makes her look even cuter. Zhou Xiliang tries to ignore the weird tension between his disciples and introduces both of them to each other. He also hands over Zhao Mu to Sheng Yurong, as he has other errands to work on. Zhao Yurong bids farewell to her master and takes Zhao Mu to test his array talent. She hands him an array disc and asks him to put it on his forehead and try to visualize anything. Zhao Mu follows her instructions and places the disc on his forehead, which sucks his mind into the disc itself and shows him a giant array with thousands of strange symbols on it. Zhao Mu brings him back and asks him what he sees. Zhao Mu answers that he saw a giant array on which there were lots of strange symbols. She asks him how many symbols he sees, to which Zhao Mu thinks for a while before answering close to 2,000. This makes Xiang Yurong extremely shocked, as when her master tested her a long time ago, she was barely able to see 20 symbols. But she can't lose her aura in front of her younger brother, so she just tells him that the strange symbols he saw were divine runes, which are the fundamental part of any array formation. She then teaches him the basic concepts of divine runes and how they can be used to control everything in the universe, even time and space themselves. But controlling things requires the array masters to master divine runes and then inscribe them on array discs to form array formations. However, there exist tens of thousands of divine runes, and even she has barely mastered 6,700 runes yet. This makes Zhao Mu feel a bit let down, as he was only able to visualize 2,000 divine runes. Zhao Mu Yurong doesn't know whether he is truly ignorant or if he is trying to piss her off. But she ignores his pretentious act and takes him into an illusory array to teach him visually instead of just speaking about theories. However, Zhao Yurong's cultivation base is only at the peak of foundation establishment, so she isn't able to sustain the array for much longer and starts feeling dizzy. Zhao Mu grabs her and stops her from falling, which causes both of them to become embarrassed. Zhao Yurong recovers her demeanor and tells Zhao Mu that even though her array talent is the best in the sect, her cultivation talent is one of the poorest. That's why, despite consuming so many high-grade pills, she has never been able to break through into the Golden Core realm. Zhao Mu can't believe that there isn't any pill that won't be able to solve her problem, to which Xiang Yurong replies that there is a grade 8 origin gathering pill, which might be able to help her, but she hasn't been able to find that pill no matter what. This gives Zhao Mu a perfect idea to subdue this senior sister. He asks Xiang Yurong how she will repay him if he can help her get her hands on an origin gathering pill. Zhao Mu Xiang he had long lost hope in ever breaking through the Golden Core realm, but her heart tells her that Zhao Mu might be able to help her. So she tells him that if he can give her an origin gathering pill, she will do anything that he wants and even sell her own body to him. Zhao Mu agrees to the deal and immediately brings out 3 5th-grade origin gathering pills from his pocket and hands them over to Zhao Mu Xiang Yurong. Even though Xiang Yurong wants to beat him up for taking her hopes up like this and then throwing them down with 5th-grade pills, she still decides to accept them, as her master would become angry if she somehow destroyed his limbs. But this is exactly what Zhao Mu was hoping for, as after Xiang Yurong accepts the pills, he gains a 3,000-fold profit and gets an 8th-grade origin gathering pill in return. But just when he is about to hand her the pill, the whole valley starts to shake, which causes Xiang Yurong to summon the valley servants, who inform her that the sect was attacked by evil demons, so the Grand Formation activated on its own to protect the sect's property. Learning that it's the usual evil demons, she dismisses the servants and tells Zhao Mu about what happened. Zhao Mu doesn't understand why the evil demons would attack the sect when the Yuan demon sect also has demons in its ranks. Zhao Mu Yurong answers that the Xiaomu continent where they live is split into 2 parts. One side is controlled by humans while the other side is controlled by demons. But the Yuan demon sect is a unique sect where both humans and demons coexist in peace, which is exactly why it has become a target on both sides. Zhao Mu can already sense that this matter is way above his pay grade, so he just leaves it to when he will get stronger in the future. Zhang Yurong admires his vision and tells him that they will continue their training session later, and that he should go and rest for a while first. She takes him to her place, where she allows him to use the outdoor spiritual spring while she uses the one on the top floor. Zhao Mu notices that Xiang Yurong has placed a lot of array formations to stop anyone from barging into her spiritual spring, which causes his inner demon to awaken, who wants to mess with his innocent senior sister. So, after he is finished taking a bath, Zhao Mu takes out the 8th-grade origin gathering pill, whose fragrance causes Xiang Yurong to come running down the stairs, while barely wrapped in a towel. Zhao Mu wants to tease her a bit more, but Xiang Yurong grabs his hand and begs him to give the pill to her. But Zhao Mu is still Zhao Mu and continues to tease Xiang Yurong, making her beg him like a child begging their parents to give them candy. Seeing her act like a child makes Zhao Mu laugh, which makes Xiang Yurong angry, who tries to grab it from him forcefully, but this causes her loosely tied bath towel to slip, which lays open all of her secrets in front of Zhao Mu. This makes Zhao Mu feel a bit guilty, so he decides to stop teasing her and let her see if the pill is genuine or not. After Xiang Yurong has finished examining the pill, she tells Zhao Mu that she will give him anything that he wants as long as he sells this pill to her. Even though what Zhao Mu wants is for his senior sister to become one of his women, he still decides not to push her that far and instead settles for materialistic things. Zhao Mu Yurong is happy that Zhao Mu is finally willing to sell her the pill, so she brings out all the precious treasures in her possession. One of them is a rare grade 8 spirit herb, which after being matured might transform into a priceless precious herb, but Zhao Mu tells her that it's still not enough, as it might take hundreds of years for such a herb to mature. Zhao Mu Yurong can't really deny such a fact, so she reaches into the valley between her 2 mountains and brings out a piece of red cloth. Even though Zhao Mu is completely down bad for her, he still isn't down bad enough to exchange a grade 8 pill for a pair of melon holders. Zhao Mu Yurong becomes embarrassed after realizing that Zhao Mu has misunderstood, So she quickly corrects him and tells him that it's a grade 7 armor piece, which can take multiple forms and protects the users from all sorts of sneak attacks. Zhao Mu accepts the armor and wears it on his body, which takes the shape of an inner robe. That his chiseled body and six-pack abs cause a pure maiden like Shong Yurong to gulp down her saliva, as she didn't know that a man's body could be this hot. Zhao Mu can notice Shong Yurong's heated gaze, which makes him think of another scheme. He takes out a bag of 50 million spirit stones and gives it to Shong Yurong in exchange for giving him all these treasures. The system rewards him with a 200-fold return, which makes him a profit of 10 billion spirit stones. This solves Zhao Mu's problem of not having enough spirit stones for cultivation, so he doesn't waste time and immediately heads into a closed-door cultivation session to improve his cultivation base. His diligence in cultivation impresses Shong Yurong, who now realizes why he is so strong despite being so young. Back inside the cultivation room, Zhao Mu tells the system to automatically start cultivating his body. This way, his efficiency always remains at 100% no matter what. 3 days later, all 10 billion spirit stones are exhausted, yet Zhao Mu only reaches the 8th level of the foundation establishment. This pains Zhao Mu, who expected that the spirit stones might last him till his golden core formation. Just as he finishes his cultivation session, Zhou Xiliang arrives and is surprised to see him make another breakthrough this quickly. He then asks Zhao Mu how his training session with his senior sister Shong Yurong was, to which Zhao Mu honestly answers how she taught him all the basics and even exhausted her spiritual energy to visually teach him inside the illusory array. But Zhou Xiliang is more interested in the romantic air between them and asks him if he wants to marry Shong Yurong. He tells Zhao Mu that Zhang Yorong belongs to the Boar King clan of the demon races, and that her father is a mighty expert who is at the tribulation transcending stage. That's why Zhou Xiliang wants him to marry Zhang Yorong, as this will set him up for his whole life. However, Zhao Mu declines his offer, as with his cheat system, he will soon reach that stage one day or later, so he would rather enjoy the whole forest than protect a single tree. Just then, Zhao Mu's second master comes to take him away, as his 3 days at the Array Valley are finished. Fan Deng grabs Zhao Mu and tells him that he should quickly study alchemy under him, as it's far easier than array formation, which requires an extremely high level of natural talent. However, Zhou Xiliang informs him that Zhao Mu was able to remember 1,000+ divine runes just after visualizing the array disc for the first time. This shocks Fan Deng, who becomes even more excited to test Zhao Mu's talent in alchemy, as his pure yang constitution is a perfect match for fire-controlling techniques. The sword. After Fan Deng takes away Zhao Mu to the Medicine Valley, Shong Yurong watches him from the side with an expression of longing on her face. After Zhao Mu arrives at the Medicine King Valley, Fan Deng takes him to a pill furnace and asks him to heat it up using any flame technique that he knows. Zhao Mu only knows the flame palm technique, so he uses that to slowly heat the furnace, according to Elder Fan Deng's demands. His precise control over the heat and the overbearing nature of his fire make Fan Deng extremely pleased, as Zhao Mu's talent can easily be ranked as the best in all of previous centuries. With Zhao Mu's smooth heat control, Fan Deng quickly forms the pill, which turns out to be top grade on the first try. Fan Deng asks Zhao Mu if his body is a red yang sacred body instead of the pure yang constitution. Zhao Mu answers truthfully that his body is indeed the red yang sacred body. However, he has never really gotten a chance to cultivate any flame arts besides his flame palm technique. Fan Deng praises Zhao Mu's talent and assures him that in the Medicine King Valley he will be able to find all the flame techniques that he wants. He then takes Zhao Mu to the Scripture Pavilion, where all the top fire arts of his lineage are stored. There, Zhao Mu browses through all the earth-ranked flame arts and finds 2 that he likes. One of them is Crimson Flame Tyrant Scripture, useful for combat, while the other is Endless Life Art, a manual unparalleled for alchemy-related techniques. After Zhao Mu is done, Fan Deng gives him advice that he should never follow Zhou Xiliang's advice to go to the 10,000 Demon Forest, or else he might not even come back alive. Zhao Mu takes his advice to heart, as he never meant to go there in the first place. While Zhao Mu is learning life lessons from the Elder, a beautiful woman enters the room and informs Fan Deng that she has arranged all the accommodations for Zhao Mu. The inner disciple named Tao Subai takes Zhao Mu to his personal residence and explains to him everything about the rules of living here. Zhao Mu asks her why she calls him senior brother, even though he just arrived here at the valley. Tao Subai answers him that it's because he's Fan Deng's personal disciple, so his status is higher than hers in the sect. Tao Subai then tells Zhao Mu that she will also be at his service all the time, so he can call her anytime he wants. Zhao Mu becomes a bit bold after hearing this and grabs her by her waist and asks her if this means she would be willing to warm his bed.